Oh, there it is. Wow. I was talking the whole time to myself. I'm sorry about that, guys. At the beginning there, what happened was I missed and hit the mute button. I think you can hear me now, Sister Tanya. If you can hear me, please let me know. So that way I would know. Otherwise, I'll have to start a new live. I'm not 100% sure if Sister Tanya can hear me. If you could hear me, just give me a little thumbs up. But today, guys, is Shmoney Talk. We're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about when is the best time for you guys to turn on your apps and work the gig economy and get the bang for your bucks. Okay, so today is one of those days. It's Aloha Friday in Hawaii. They call this the Black Friday after a holiday that Friday. I don't know who invented that, guys, but I know it's like a money stealer, and everybody is in line trying to get the best deals, trying to get the cheapest TV that's on sale right now, because they're getting rid of all these product that they had from the beginning of the year all the way to the ending of the year. They're getting rid of them because new products is coming in. So most of the stores are selling you for the price that they should have been in the first place. However, though, you don't know that, of course not. So you're going to just fall for it all the time, the little okie doke, and you're heading off to that store and you're purchasing all their sales, quote unquote, and spending the money that you don't have. So what we do in the gig economy, especially me, since we don't celebrate all these holidays and stuff, I work throughout the holidays. Today is a $300 day for me. I'm like probably, I would say $30 away from completing my 300, and I'm going to do that in my area on DoorDash. I'm finishing up on my Walmart Spark app. I started out with Lyft this morning. The reason I did Lyft this morning was because traffic was going on. It took me an hour and a half to get from point A to point B, and normally you also have to know which app is going to pay you while you wait. So for me, Lyft is going to pay me while I'm in traffic. It's not a lot of money, by the way. It's probably like 50 cents per extra that the distance between where you're at. They don't pay you to get there, but it's a distant thing that they have calculated that you're going to get about, I would say, $2 to $3. Sometime it can be $4 wait time by the time you pick the customer up and drop them off. They calculate that. However, though, I started off on Lyft because I know that DoorDash don't like waiting. You can get violations when you use DoorDash, and the traffic is horrible. And also on Walmart Spark, if traffic is horrible, you will also have cancellations. The system will cancel your order after you pass 30 minutes. So I prefer not to start off with those apps because they're so like too much for me. I prefer to do the app that I can get away with it and they'll still pay you for it. So Lyft, I started out, I hit my $100 on Lyft. Then I ended up turning on Walmart Spark. I've been working Walmart. No, actually it was DoorDash. I did DoorDash right around that lunchtime rush hour. The reason why today is my $300 day was because it's Black Friday in Hawaii. So everybody is out shopping, everybody is out grabbing, everybody Christmas presents. They start shopping from November, and all the nobody wanted to do, and then they hire me, and I'm ready and available at all times to get that shmoney going. Okay, so today, on days like this, any Black Friday, after any vacations, you'll be able to go and you'll be able to pick up in the gig economy and grab your money work. Hello, Brother Cook, welcome in. Hope all is well. Today we're just going to talk about the money shmoney talk, and I'm just working the gig economy today because a lot of time there's many brothers and sisters that do work on the side. They call it the side hustle, and that's how they make their money. And today was one of my $300 day. And the reason I could hit $300 day is because I am on multiple apps and I already know my market. I know the times to get on my market. I know the areas that I want to work in that's going to pay me the bang for my buck. And I am $30 away from that $300, and I'm about to go and finish it off in my area on DoorDash. So started off on Lyft, then I did a little bit of DoorDash lunchtime rush hour, and then I picked up until now doing Spark. So with Spark, I hit another $100, and now I am $270 away, completed already, and I'm just $30 to complete 300, and I want to finish that off today so you guys can see that money's out there to be made. If you guys are being furloughed, for all my furloughed people, do not sit down and think that the end of the world. Bills is going to be still billing, okay? Nobody going to stop the bills because you're not getting paid. You got to figure out other options. So gig economy for me, y'all have not got a chance to, figure out what the gig economy and how you can make your $300 a day, how you can make $200 a day, and when and why you want to turn on certain days, and what is the best times and seasons to turn on. Guys, the winter season is the best time. This is where you're going to make all your money. So if you guys have not yet tried out one of the gig economies out there, one of those apps, DoorDash, Walmart Spark, Lyft, Uber Eats, Uber Drive, Shift, they have Grubhub, they have Amazon Flex, that you could go and work part-time, full-time. They have all, and there's others app out there that I don't even know about. Oh, they have the Deliver That. Deliver That is basically your catering orders from those big restaurants. Sometimes people having graduations, which is winter time right now, and everybody is going to be graduating from high school or any type of graduation. They'll be throwing their parties. They cater food out, and they use Deliver That. That's an app that you're definitely can make a lot of money on as well, depending on the area that you're in. Not all the zones in all the states has that offering of Deliver That, but figure out which one is that you can work with. And then they also have Roadie. Roadie is for bigger items, items that you're going to go on there, guys, and you're going to be like, wait a minute, I need to deliver Home Depot orders, Lowe's orders. They're bigger orders, and most of the times when you have those types of orders, you may need a truck. So figure out which app works best for you in your area and go make your shmoney. Okay, Brother Cook say, okay, I see. He says $300. Okay, yeah, $300 is it's gonna take a little work. I'm not gonna tell you that it's easy to make. Oh my gosh, can you make $300? No, it's not easy. You're gonna put some work in. You're gonna put some time into it. However, though, when you put that time and you put the effort into it, that's when you're gonna start seeing results. So mainly, I would say Tuesday for me is the less feasible, because on Tuesdays, that's the slowest day for all the gig economy. Not everybody is going to be having, a whole lot of stuff where availability of offers available in the gig economy. But for me, on Tuesday, the app that works best first thing in the morning is Walmart Spark. And here we go again, guys, the typical Hawaii, where you're gonna have ambulance going back and forth. This morning I was mentioning was an hour and a half for me to get from point A to point B, early morning. So I missed like nearly 2 hours before I could get started. And then I finished up my gym in the morning, and the whole half a day was gone. But on the little bit of orders that I did do and the timing, boom, I hit it. Yes, I sure did. So how is everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. I know today is Friday, Aloha Friday. I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about the shmoney talk, how y'all can make some extra money even in holiness. Even on your faith walk, you can still make some money out there, okay? You don't have to do $300. Do I make $300 every day? No. I don't. Some days I do $100, some days $150, some days $200, but it's all about how much you want to make. For me, I push myself to make a little bit extra whenever you see during the holidays, because that's when everybody is trying to get that last grain of salt, a little pack of sugar here and there. They're looking for you to bring these items because they're doing a whole lot of potlucks, and they're cooking, don't have no time to go do it themselves. So what happened is they have to go and contract it out with people like us who are independent contractors, and we're the ones that go on and deliver it to them. So we have to do either the pickup and drop off, or we do the shopping for them when it comes to Spark. I feel for me, the best gig app so far that works best for me. Hello, Brother Goyo, welcome in. And that gig app is basically Spark. Spark and Lyft can give you that bang for your buck. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna lie to you. Some days, I don't even want to make a certain amount when it comes to Spark. Like just this morning, there was a $55 orders for 3 items, 14 miles for $55. I picked that thing so quick. I mean, it probably bumped up on my screen, and I said, shh. I accepted that order, and guys, 4 minutes before I could hit to the destination, because remember, the system is going to cut you off when it comes to the gig economy. They're set up with this system, which the internet, and they have everything embedded up in there. If the person is delayed for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever, 30 minutes, I think it is 30 minutes and above, you can forget about that order. I don't care how close you are to it. It's not nobody there maneuvering. It's the system that will cancel the order for you. So my $55 order that would have set me so right, I probably would have been at $350 by now. That got canceled. And like anything, when disappointment kicks in, right around the corner, there's always going to be some joyous moment. So I didn't get a $55 order, but I got a $46. I said, I'll take that. That's close enough. Sometimes you may not get exactly what you wanted, but you would get close enough to it, and you'd be like, yeah, I think I can handle that one. I like that one. So I got that one, plus another. I got 2 extra ones that just set me off to my $100 budget. And I said, yep, that's good. So 200. Lyft was sweet this morning as well. I got my orders in. That's 2. And DoorDash, I hit my 70 on DoorDash, and I'm about to finish it up in my area between now and probably 6 o'clock. So today is a long day for me. But I want to know how you guys doing. Any plans with the family? You all know Fridays is one of those days where you're hanging out with family, you're just sitting down, probably gonna make some nice dinner, movie, popcorn somewhere. I don't know how you all celebrate, but here in Hawaii, we tend to start planning for the beach. So tomorrow, guys, I'm gonna be on the beach with my kids. My son came to me today, and he was like, Mommy, we haven't done beach and burgers in a long time. My oldest son, and he's like, I want to do beach and burgers. So guess what, guys? That's what happened. When you work hard from Monday through Friday, the weekends is family time. So I try to do my best to catch up throughout the week with the family, because I know that I sometimes don't do as much quality time that I will want to with the kids due to all the other activities. Right now, everything is mellowing down. You all know a few months ago, I was focused on my project. Project is going well. We finish up with all the extra painting and getting things in preparation. And just a few days ago, I got a call from the manager, and they're like, I just want you to know we have people waiting in line already booked. So when I tell you, when God keep blessing and you just can't keep up, I can't keep up with it. It's a lot that goes on and in everybody's life. And I understand when some of you guys can make it to live or come back after, and you're shout out to all the ones that show up afterwards, just to show their love, because I totally understand everybody is busy. Sister Tanya says, beach and burgers. It is. Yes, beach and burgers it is. Especially, I have my daughter. She's doing so great in school. We are homeschooling. You all know how I am with these homeschooling. I should highly recommend everybody to go on there and try to get their kids, in homeschooling, because I think it's a good thing to do. There's nothing wrong with that. I think the kids is learning more when you're homeschooling them, because you have to you got to implement all the positive things and teach them, you know, from home, so that that way when they go out, they're more knowledgeable in things. So like my daughter, you know, she's 7th grade, but she can do a 10th grade math like this. She's a student in her classroom. So that just to show that when you, as parents, you put a little extra in, not isolating them in a corner because they didn't know what 2 plus 2 was. When you put time into them, they're going to also give back the fruit. And we're seeing benefiting from the fruit of her her abilities, even with writing. You know, today she was like, oh my gosh, mom, the teacher emailed me and told me that my writing, you know, is like, it was questioning if she was doing AI. And she's like, that's how I've been writing all the time. That's how I was taught how to write. And I said, yeah. I said, well, you have to go and defend yourself. So she said, don't worry. She emailed the teacher. She screenshot and sent me what she sent to the teacher. And guys, let me tell you something. I was so impressed that she could handle it at 12 years old. Why? Because I've spent time, my husband is a teacher, but I'm going to take a little bit of the credit, you know, spending time with them, teaching them from the beginning of how to do things, that she could go and she could defend herself and explain to the teacher at 12 years old that, hey, that's my form of writing. That is just how I am. It's not my fault that my way of writing aligns with, you know, the AI. That's just how smart I am. I'm sorry. You know, she didn't say it like that, but I'm just saying. And the teacher wrote back and apologized and said, you know what, I'm sorry. I just wanted to, you know, I just thought that that was written so good that, you know, I just wanted to make sure to clear the air from there. So that's what happened today. And she gets all in her feelings, guys. My daughter, she is definitely emotional. Okay, so she was all worried and concerned they're going to throw her out of school. I'm like, no, because you never had no issues before. And I'm so glad we settled that and got that taken care of. I got up, went to the gym, guys, because, you know, I told you all Monday through Friday Paulette will be going to the gym, and if I miss a day, I'll be picking up on Saturday to go. Okay, so tomorrow I already saw my other gym buddies. They're chiming in. They're like, Paulette, so what I'm saying is, I see that tomorrow there's an opening. Are you going to gym tomorrow? And I'm like, I just want to say no. But you know what? I'm going to get up tomorrow and I'm going to go to the gym. You know why? Because that's the right thing to do. And I did skip 2 days. Okay. I didn't went to the gym on Wednesday nor Thursday because I had to work. You know, you got to do what you got to do when you have to work. And I have not only my gig economy, but we also have private orders where we go and we drive people and pick people up from one spot to the next spot. So at the end, guys, I was booked and busy. I had to do a lot of adulting, so I couldn't play with the girls, you know, at the gym. I was told I have to put on my little adulting panties and just go ahead and knock it out, get her done, and then I could have come back and play with them today. So that's what we did. But sometimes, you know, that's just how life is. It's a lot that you have going on, and you just have to figure out the balance. It's not all the time you're going to hit it right. Sometimes you're going to fall off. Sometimes I'll be in a ditch, like way up in the ditch, just laying there looking like, Lord, help me, please. I can't go no more. I can't go any farther. But at the end, guys, wherever you're at, you know, just keep moving. Don't stop. Don't go back and start over again. Just keep moving from right where you left off and keep moving forward. So that was good. Yesterday I mentioned to you guys in regards to my friend that passed away with, you know, massive heart attack, and it was just mind blowing to see somebody that's right around your age just did not make it, you know, young. Yes, she young, okay? I don't see myself old. I'm young, okay? So a young individual that did not make it because of, you know, whatever. Some folks feel like they don't need to work out. Some people it's like, no, we could eat anything. all this fried food and all this other food. Everybody is different. But I just know that when Mr. Debt comes knocking at your door, at least if you could sprint a little bit, you probably was you probably can maneuver your way around a little bit, okay? Just for a little bit. But sometimes, guys, we can't move fast enough and it just take us out. So that's what happened. He got clogged up and ended up just massive heart attack. So get your health and fitness together, guys. Even if you're moving 30 to 45 minutes, walk. Go walking. It's okay to walk. There's nothing wrong with walking. Go walking. Change your eating habit. I'm talking to myself, okay? I told you guys, I'm in 3 weeks already changing up my eating habit. Is it going to be perfect? No. It's not going to be perfect, but I'm thriving there. I'm getting there. I'm moving forward. I'm doing little baby steps here and there in order for me to make better choices and move forward in my life. But is it easy? No, it's not. Okay? It's not. And I ain't going to sit here and lie to y'all. All right? I'm not. But what can we do? We got to make a change. We got to change. We got to reset the thought process. Like Minister Mars say, get your conscience clean and clear. Get your mind right. So when it comes to eating, I'm still working on me. When it comes to certain things in your life that you may have no problem with eating or overdoing it. You may have other problems in your life that you need to declog your mind, That's how it works, So sometimes we just need to refocus on the thought process, get the mind right. Do what needs to be done in order for you to move forward. Nobody wants to be moving backwards. If you are still stuck where you were yesterday, you're not moving. You need to adjust your sail. You need to move forward regardless. Okay? So at the end of the day, guys, don't stay stuck. Move. Change is necessary. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Change your mind. Change your thoughts. Change your surroundings. Change who you are associating with. Because that's a big key. That's a big key. Change your associations. Because sometimes, I remember my grandmother used to say, be careful who you're hanging around with. Because wherever there's 10 fools, wherever there's 9 fools, you become the 10th. I was like, Grandma, what you mean by that? Yep, be careful who you hang around with. Because if everybody is smoking, it only matter of time when that spirit jump on you, and you be puffing and wobbling right there with them too. If everybody is drinking, it only matter of time you get thirsty, and all they're gonna tell you, oh, we don't have no water, all we have is this little bit of X, Y, and Z here. You want some? And when you be like, yeah, nobody gonna know. And when you didn't drink that spirit, and you're drinking, you're smoking, and you know that it's not the right thing to do. So stay away from certain scenarios. If you've been running the streets, then you need to change. You need to change. Change your environment, or anything that's going to pull you into the old you. Don't want to be the old you. Guys, I keep saying, I don't want to go back to the old. No way. Every day I want to be a little bit better than yesterday. A little bit better than yesterday. A little bit better than yesterday. Why? Because nobody want to be walking backwards. Who want to walk backwards? The same thing in regards to, I remember Minister Mars, and I'm speaking Minister Mars because he's been dropping some series from the last couple of weeks, guys, and he's just hitting on declogging your brain, your mind, getting your conscience right, keeping your peace, cleaning out your surroundings, focusing on your holiness walk. I mean, if I be so busy sometimes just focusing on my holiness walk, I don't have no time to look right and left to figure out what everybody else is doing. If I have time to figure out what everybody else is doing, I'm putting that time into me. I'm putting the time into me. And sometimes we just got to let things go, cut ties. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. It sounds a little gangster, don't it? But it is what it is. That's just how it got to be. You got to start letting me get chop, chop, baby. Chop, chop. Because you got to start focusing on you. And I love me. Okay? And I just hope you love you too. But I love me. And because I love me, I need to fix me. I can't fix you so that I can be comfortable. I got to fix me so I don't have to worry how uncomfortable you're trying to make me feel or make me look, because it ain't about you, it's about me. So why am I worried about what everybody else is saying about me when I have to worry about fixing me so I don't have to worry about what you said? Because it ain't my problem, that's your problem. All right? Let's see what's going on. Brother Endor, what's going on, brother? How are you? Welcome in. Brother Goya say, you saying beach. We getting ready for winter. That's the advantage, Brother Goya, of Hawaii. That's why when I had the opportunity, when my husband said, baby, do you want to stay in Hawaii or you want to go back to Illinois? And I said, honey, we stayed in Hawaii because at least we get the sun. Now, I know there's a lot of rain that comes back and forth. I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of rain that come back and forth. But I still prefer this type of weather, this tropical weather, over the other weather. Why? Because if it's raining, you put your little boots on. If it's not raining, you know, put on your tennis shoes, you go outside, the sun is out. You know, if it's cold, you put on a jacket, you take the fleece, the jacket off. Like, it's so many variety within this climate. Then for you staying in winter, hats off to all you. I'm going to send you guys every so often a little sun, little heat from Hawaii, you know, to you. So for all of you guys that's getting ready for winter, that probably already hit into winter with the snow, I want you all to know the sun is hot over here, and I just want to send you guys some sun from Hawaii, okay? Aloha! And I know you all want to say mahalo. You know what mahalo means? Thank you. Okay, so you guys say mahalo because I'm sending you some aloha sun, okay? Brother Endor says, facts, you are the company you keep. Yes, Brother Endor, you are the company you keep. And I don't know, it's probably if it's an island thing or what kind of thing, but that's how we were thought back on the island, you know. Be careful who you're hanging out with. Be careful hanging out with. My grandmother always had a story for everything. I mean, if somebody sneezed, she had a story of how they got so. Like, I was like, grandma. And I was like, why are you always trying to scare of? Like, if we wanted to go and spend the evening by another neighbor's house or a friend house or whatever, not the night, because we were not allowed to sleep out. It wasn't no sleeping over thing. We didn't do that. But I'm saying sometimes you want to go and you want to play. You could play like Barbie dolls, or just play within the neighborhood. My grandmother always tell you, make sure that whatever you say you're going to be, that you be. Because I remember my cousin way back in the day, I had a cousin, and she told her grandmother that she was going to be at this spot, and she ended up on a boat in the ocean, and the boat sunk and everybody died. And we were looking at grandma like, oh my gosh, everybody died. She's like, yeah, everybody died. But the mother didn't went and look for her because she knew she was not on the boat, because she didn't tell her mother she was going on the boat. She told her mother she was going over at the friend's house. So be careful and be mindful when you say what you're going to do and where you're going to be, that you be there, so that way if something happened, your parents would know how to find. Like, we would roll our eyes back then, but now in today's time, I'm like, oh my gosh, my grandmother's story, how I wish I still could hear my grandmother's stories, because it was true. Your kid tell you, I'm going right down to Peter's house, and then all of a sudden they on the news may say, announce something happened at so-and-so house, which is 12 house down, but your mother or your parents are not worried that the kid got shot down there, because they're like, well, my son is over at Peter's house. And when they came to find out, it was your son. So be mindful, guys. When you say you're going to go somewhere, go there. Especially kids, these young people, they love to say they're going to do one thing, and then all of a sudden they do the next thing. So that's growing up on the island. That's how we were taught. Like, don't be going saying one thing, because that considered lying. Nobody want to be called a liar, right? You don't want to And your company, if your friends telling you, hey guys, come to my house, and then we go into so and so house, that means that you're in a friendship with your friends that lies, and then you're gonna be lying pretty soon too, you know. So be mindful of that. Be very mindful, guys. And you know, you are the company that you keep. So choose your friendship wisely. And sometimes, guys, it's okay. Not everybody gonna be with you in that season. That season of your growth may not be, they may not be ready to move on with you. You know, everybody's going to be in their seasons, and some is going to go with you and some going to have to be left behind. And you know, it is what it is. We can't, everybody's on the assignment. So my assignment may not be your assignment. So you're probably still back there. And the Lord is working on me because he see me, you want to use me for that assignment over there. And here I am dragging you into this assignment that the Lord have me, but you ain't ready for it yet. Ain't that a thing? So stop dragging everybody with you if they're not ready. If they're not part of your assignment, they'll never see what the Lord have in store for you. And your blessing, sometimes we cut our own blessing by dragging all the dead weight with us. You can't drag everybody with you. It's okay. Be nice, be kind, be mindful that it's okay to be alone. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong. You don't need the whole hoopty with you. You need one or two confidants, and all the comrades and constituents start to figure out who's who. Because not everybody is in it for you, okay? Everybody's in it for themselves, and the ones that is in it for you, because of you, you're going to know. All right? Everything else will just fall to the side. Brother Endorse say, yep, Minister Mars, touching on changing your habits too. Yes. I mean, like I said, for the last 5 weeks, Minister Mars is just dropping little nuggets. You know, he started off with, you know, protect your peace, protect your holiness, work on your peace, working on your holiness. And then the last 2 sermons, the same thing, he repeat the same thing. And then he turned around and he added your conscience. Get your conscience clean up. Get your mind right. You don't be thinking on the past, on the negativity. Start focusing on planting positive seeds so that you could grow. We be waiting for everybody else to grow. No, when you grow, then they're going to try to keep up, or they will just fall off to the edges. That's just how life growth is. Okay? The weeds is going to be around. Don't pluck the weeds. You won't waste your time plucking out the weeds. Just grow past it and choke them out. All right? Okay, there you go. But yeah, it's changing your mind, changing your mindset, getting that mind right, and not allowing, you know, nothing to disturb you, not allowing nobody to plant nothing negative inside of it either. Because sometimes you could be minding your own business and all of a sudden somebody just come on and plant a seed that you weren't ready for, and you're like, really? And all of a sudden that's something that stayed stuck in your brains for the longest, all day. You're like, really? Really? So even that, guys, even that, criticizing, condemning, and complaining is not the way to go. Because that will mess with your conscience in 2 seconds when you know you'll be off there. Do you know? I didn't know that Billy Bob. Really? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. And all of a sudden you worried about Billy Bob instead of worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. Worry about cutting those toenails, you know. Worry about you needing to groom yourself. Go wash your hair or something. Like, worry about you, not worry about Billy Bob, you know, over there walking without shoes, and you concerned because everybody coming in with the gossip. No, nobody care. Nobody care about the gossip. Focus on you. Focus on clearing your mind right, making your mind right, so that way you can grow and everything else will fall into play. Yeah, brother, you know, that's the thing. And we're worried about weirdest things. Did you see how Billy Bob looked at me? Did you see how he did this? Did you see how he did that? And everybody is like, I didn't see nothing. Did you see? Dropping all the negativity inside of people's brains. And all of a sudden you worried for the next 2 weeks is wasted on Billy Bob's toenails instead of worrying about your own toenails. You have toenails too that you need to work on. So, no parking there. Oh my gosh, I need to find parking. That's one thing too when you're doing Walmart Spark. Sometimes it's tough because you have to. Oh, I can't even go over there. It's B. What am I looking for? 75, and it says B 6105. Let me go in here and see if I get parking. Sorry about that, guys. That's one thing when you're doing Walmart Spark. These addresses is all over the place, and you just try to figure out how to get from point A to point B. Hello, brother in holiness. How are you? Hope all is well, brother. Let's see. He said peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to you too. But yeah, we're just talking right now in regards, to the company that we keep, and starting to do some cutting. Sometimes you gotta cut in order for you to get yourself together and start refocusing. We must cut. Give me a second, guys. This is my last order, so I'm gonna take you guys with me. I hope you don't mind. I just gotta drop off one order and I'll be done. I'll be at my $270, and I'm gonna think about if I want to complete that $80. But yes, we were talking in regards to be careful of the company that you keep, because not everybody is in it for you. Some folks are just in it for themselves, and they want to make sure that you're miserable with them. So they're gonna keep passing on all the negativity with you. Sometimes when that come around, you be like, nope, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Give me 1 second. This is B, and I'm looking for 6105. Let's see where 6105 is. This is B, 6103. I think this is 6105. I gotta figure out where 6105. I'm looking for an apartment. 62. So it's a downstairs one. That's 1, 2. That's the hardest part when you're in these buildings and you have to find the location of people. So right now, 65, 61, 04, 05. There we go. Hi. I need a pin.
4926.
Give me 1 second. I had just called you. I was like, oh, maybe let me just 4926.
Yeah.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic, ma'am. All right. Have a blessed day. All righty. And that was that, guys. 270 done. Let's see what's up. You got to be around like-minded people to elevate in life. Yes, that's the truth. Nobody want to be around people that's on a different level. And sometimes too, even on your holiness walk coming in, not everybody has the same baggage. There's people that have more baggage than others. So, that's the hardest part. Let me get back to the car. I'm about to melt. The sun is so hot out here. I wish I could have sent you all some sun. I'll tell you the truth. I ain't gonna lie. Send you all some of this sun because it is caliente. Woo, it's caliente. Oh my Lord. Yes, brother endure. Not endure. Brother in holiness said, you got to be around like-minded people to elevate in life. Yes, you have to be around. And you know, sometimes too, brother, not only being around people that elevates you, but also, yeah, you all need, you're in Pittsburgh, right, Brother Goyo? You all need caliente. Well, you could take some caliente and send me some that coal. I will take the coal. You know, talking about that elevation, because sometimes if you're in a group and you're the one that's always gassing everybody up and nobody's there to gas you up, oh, you're in New York. Oh my gosh, poor you, Brother Goyo. What? So I know you feeling it. I know you feeling it for real. My family over there is already, you know, they're like muffled down in hat and scarf and everything. It's no joke. You got to be around people that encourage you too. Exactly. I was just gonna, you said York. Hold on, brother. What did you say? You say York? Oh, where's York? I thought it was New York. Sorry, Brother Goyo, not New York. Oh, sorry. Perdón, pues. Perdóname. Perdóname, por favor, eh? Okay? He said York. York. And Boston. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, York is in Boston. All right, there you go. Well, either way you guys are, I just want y'all to know to make sure you're getting your vitamin C in, because if you ain't getting your vitamin C in, guys, you need to get that defense mechanism, okay? Get your defense mechanism in. And yes, you want people that be around you that encourage you, not you encouraging them all the time. A lot. Oh, Pennsylvania. I think I did say Pennsylvania, but I probably was not 100%. Oh, I said Philadelphia. Either one of them, you know. Now I'm going to turn on to my DoorDash app since I already hit my 270 for today. And by the way, the reason I hit 270 was because I've been on the apps right now in 1, 2, 3, 4, 14, out 30, 40. Oh yeah. The reason I hit 270 because today's Black Friday, and on a Black Friday, guys, that is where, you know, you're gonna go ahead and get orders more frequently from people that basically don't want to do all of the weekend shopping, and I love it. So after a holiday or before a holiday, that's where we get the best of our orders, and that's where I make the most of my money, that I can sit there and I can be like, you know what, we're going to turn around and we're going to just work in the holidays. Working the gig economy during the holiday is the best thing. By the way, for all y'all that are on DoorDash, I want y'all to know that I told you guys that I'm upgrading to my 100. I'm at 84 already. I need 84. I'm gonna get an order or maybe 2 on the way home, and between now and Sunday I should be at 100 deliveries, and I'm gonna hit my platinum shit on DoorDash. What you say? Oh my gosh, I just hit a nice little order. This one's pretty good. It's a Little Caesars. It's $11.90 something for 4 miles. Now when I tell you that God keep blessing, you just can't handle it, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, he just sent me that nice little order, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna execute. We're gonna get her done, you know. But in the meantime, going back to what we were talking about, you know, you have to hang around people that's gonna gas you up the same way you gas them up, because it's mutual. I don't like hanging around too much Debbie Downers and people that always have a problem, you know, always, every time it's about them, it's about them, it's about them. And by the moment you put 2 to 3 little sentence in, you know, they don't want to hear you. They just want you to talk about them and fix them. And that to me is very discouraging in a relationship of any kind. When it comes to your spouse, it comes to your friendships, it comes to your family. it goes around. Make sure that you're also doing some gassing and uplifting and encouraging and letting them know that, yeah, you may fail today or you didn't get that job promotion. However, though, speak positivity over them. They may not get the job promotion that they wanted, but God was trying to promote them in a better position. That they at that moment was so heartbreaking for not getting that one little, cubicle that they can't see it. So make sure that you're encouraging other folks as well when it comes to oh, my sister just texted me. But yeah, just make sure that you guys are also gassing people up. It takes nothing away from you from giving people a compliment. If you're a guy, you could even give another guy a compliment. Hey brother, that's a nice tie, nice hat, nice little beanie. Like, make sure that you guys are giving also, not just receiving, because it goes both ways. And it's nothing more horrible than being in a relationship where you're the only one rowing the boat. Okay, you're in there killing it and everybody's just enjoying the ride. That sucks. Okay, it sucks. Okay, it don't taste good, it don't feel good, and it only a matter of time before you crash. So if you're the one that are gassing everybody up, putting words of encouraging, inspiring, you're the light of the party, and everybody else is just eating off of you and you're not getting filled, you about to crash. You're going to get burnt out. You're going to hit rock bottom and you need to rejuvenate. So for any one of you guys up in here that in that scenario where you're giving and giving and giving and you're not getting back, my suggestion is to you, read a little extra more, because the only how you can dilute all of whatever you receive throughout the day of negativities from others is to dilute it with positivity. And so read your scriptures. If somebody is having a moment or whatever that they dumping on you and you're not refueling yourself, read your scriptures. They have a whole bunch of stories up in those scriptures that you can go in and you can just say, you know what, I'm going to just read 2 to 3 pages. If you speak to 2 to 3 people that dumped on you negativity, then you got to double up on your pages. Some pages you got to like triple up on, because you've been overwhelmed with all the craziness from other scenarios. So go read, get a positive book and read, listen to your praise and worship songs, to keep your spirit in that peaceful space. Because a lot of time, when we're not putting back into ourselves, you hit that rock bottom so hard that you end up burning out. And when you burn out, guys, let me tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you burn out and you ain't putting nothing back in, you're gonna give up like that. Everything is gonna start looking blah to you. Example, if you're on your holiness walk and you're the one that's always giving, always encouraging, always inspiring, always uplifting, always gassing people up, my Lord, always telling everybody, you're doing great, you look good, you look this, you this, the next thing, and nobody is reciprocating it back to you, I just want you to know you got to reciprocate it back to yourself. You make sure that you're making sure that you're getting what you need while you're giving it out, that you are receiving it as well, because only a matter of time you're going to get burned out, you're going to get discouraged. It's so easy on holiness walk in this day and time to get discouraged. And I just want you all to know, don't be discouraged. Don't allow nobody to come into your life and just take you right off of your focus. Okay, you stay the course. It may not look good, it may not sound good, it may not feel good for that moment. However, though, you stay the course, stay strong, hold on, and God is going to send somebody to either hold your hand and take you to the other side. Hello, Sister Tanya. How are you doing up in there? Sister Tanya say, yeah, let's go. Oh, Brother Goyo, I'm in Boston. Okay, Brother in Holiness is in Boston. Goyo is in Pennsylvania. 2 years ago, I was working. Oh, there you go. I was doing a rider's roof. There you go. See, my brothers, I'll be getting all confused with you guys. 1 minute, one is in this way, the other one is in the other. And the whole thing is, I'm the one with the sun right now. So that's what's going on. I'm the one that's sending all the nice little sun things. So today, right now, oh my gosh, I gotta go pick up. I gotta get my bag. So when you are doing your DoorDash, make sure when you're picking up pizza that you have your pizza bags. Take your pizza bags with you. And that way, you see these bags? Make sure you take them with you. And make sure you're disinfecting your bags, by the way. You know, a lot of time being in the gig economy, most people don't like to clean their stuff. Okay, they have nasty bags. You put people food in. Make sure that you're disinfecting on a daily basis while you do what you have to do. Sister Tanya says she's in Pennsylvania too. Oh, Sister Tanya. Hold on. Hello. I have two pizza for Rob and for Roxana. Roxana L. Is that Little Caesar, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have one for Rob
And Roxana. She has a stuffed crust pepperoni.
So here's Rob's. One stuffed crazy bread, one pepperoni cup, and each has
Okay, that's right.
pepperoni. And then let me get your sauce for his.
Thank you.
And then
That is Rob.
crazy bread.
Rob, confirm pickup. Take a photo. Okay. Okay. And then Roxanne. Oh, she in it? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that one in my hand. No, I have another bag. I didn't know it was all of this. Okay, so
So that's Rob's.
this is Rob's. Look at me here. And then
This is Roxanne.
Roxanne, and her name is right there. Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Alright, thank you. Have a beautiful day.
You too, ma'am. Okay, guys. So yes, we have two orders. $11.97, and I told you guys that I'm $30 for my 300. So you know it's gonna be an early check-in for me for tonight. So yes, Sister Tanya, I'm so happy that you in Pennsylvania. I know you're enjoying that snow, ain't you? Sorry, hold on. I gotta get into the car now. All right. So one thing with DoorDash, when you're picking up pizza, they have names on it, so that way you don't, make a mistake. So I'm gonna go ahead and confirm this pickup, and I'm gonna put them in the bags. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta put the other one inside of the bag as well. And then we'll be ready to go. See? Too easy. There you go. Just putting the pizza inside the bags, and then we'll be ready to go. Here we are. So that was 2 pizza, 2 orders, 4 miles, $11.97. Too easy. Is the economy working, Paulette? It don't work until you work it, okay? Oh my gosh, it's hot. Oh, how I wish for some sun. Not sun, from snow. I want snow. Send me some snow, guys. Send me a little snow. Okay. There we go. Welcome to you guys that's just coming in. Life with Paulette. Today we are just, we started off talking about be careful, be mindful of who you hanging around. And we ended up having another little convo about, you are who you associate with. Goyo, take the whole winter. Right now, how hot it is, I want the whole winter. Send it to me, Goyo. I'll take it because it's hot and it's only 420 something. It don't even make no sense why it has to be so hot. It's making no sense at all, okay? At all. So just to let you guys know, sometimes, guys, this heat is not worth it. It's not worth it at all. I am caliente. Caliente, okay? Caliente. We're going to Rob. Rob is going to be our first one. We're going to pick up and drop off. This is just going to be, I'm looking forward to finish up these $30 so that I can go home with my family and just chillax tonight. Last week, my daughter wanted to watch the Jurassic Park. I thought that was a great family movie. We have Peacock, so we ended up getting it on Peacock, and we watched from the beginning the whole series of Jurassic Park. And let me tell you guys, I didn't scream so hard. I was so glad I was not in the theaters, because one thing, when I go to the movies and we're watching shows like that, Paulette is going to scream. If it is a crying show, Paulette is going to cry. If it is a laughing show, I'm going to laugh. I take advantage of every emotions when it comes to watching a show, okay? I love cartoons. I ain't going to lie, I'm a cartoon girl. So anything to do with cartoons, I'm very disappointed though. In these last couple of years, they've been doing a whole lot of stuff with these cartoons that's against my belief, okay? So that disappointed me. They took the kid out of the cartoon and they planted, they're like imposters, they started to create this other scenario to allow these kids to start thinking so that they can just eventually, next 10 years, everything will be normal in their eyes. We're going to normalize this, so that's why we're going to throw it at you. Even if you don't want to see it, I'm going to just show it to you so you could be like, yeah, I guess it's normal by now. And next couple years from now, guys, all of this is going to be like trying to normalize something that makes no sense, but that's what they're pushing. So be very mindful of what it is that you're watching, and watch it first. Now the cartoons I watch first so that I can see if it's something, everything is good to go. They ain't showing no subliminals, up in there when you're looking and you're like, ooh, man, I should have watched this first. I don't want my kids to see this yet, because you're not going to be able to stop it. I like what Brother Endure and Brother in Holiness, they had a talk in regards to the media. It's things that we could stop as much as we want. A few days ago, actually, they were talking about having a nice little conversation about that. And that's the truth. You could protect your kids to an extent, but it's going to get a point in time that it's going to be out of your control. So it's best for you to train them on letting them know you are what you watch too. You are what you associate with. It goes to the same thing, what you see through your eyes. If you constantly are seeing, pornography, guess what? That's going to be something that's going to be normalized in your eyes, but in everybody else's eyes, it's like, why are you looking at that? Turn that thing off, or don't even watch it at all. But sometimes, even right now, in the cartoons, you're seeing things where you're like, wait a minute, why are they making them look so explicit? And I'm like telling my kids, they know, no, you can't watch that, because that's not something that I want you to watch. I don't want you to be watching. I want you to watch where, you all remember how you would watch Thumbelina and the Rabbit. You remember that? All those nice little kiddie show, Dumbo Circus, Roger Rabbit, back in the day when it was like, it was such a beautiful thing for me to watch Mickey Mouse and the Clubhouse every morning, and they would just be dancing. Or they had one that I can't remember, Dumbo Circus. Anybody remember Dumbo Circus? That was my show on Disney Channel back then, when Disney meant something. When it said cartoon, it was, when you say Disney, it was kids exclusively, right? Not trying to portray a whole bunch of stuff. And I remember we used to watch Dumbo Circus, and they will help you with all of the riddles and all these things, and you had to guess. I love that show, and it took that off because that made too much sense. They took off Winnie the Pooh. I used to love Winnie the Pooh, but not the cartoon portion. Winnie the Pooh, where there were like Muppets or something, where that portion. I love that. And then they switched that up now. I don't know what they're trying to call Winnie the Pooh with his little baby voice, his little honey voice. But I'm just saying they're trying to say, as I remember Pastor was talking about, where not Cookie Monster, Barney and whatever the other one named, they're trying to portray now something else to change up their dynamics. And you're like, why? Why you got to do all of that? Why you guys just can't have a normal cartoon like how it used to be back in the day, just normal cartoon. And I love that. So, it was good to reminisce and have this conversation with you guys, but we already been an hour here. I don't want to be over talking you guys, but I wanted to complete my $30 so that way I could say 300. However, though, I'm letting y'all know it's going to be 300 because I don't give up easily. But we've been on here already for an hour, and I know somebody else is probably coming on pretty soon. I don't know who else is on. I know it's Mr. Ham on, or Brother Tony's probably on. Somebody's probably on. But, whoever is on, guys, let's give these platforms for somebody else so that they can enjoy their self. But in the meantime, it was great talking to you guys. Remember, you are who you associate with. And basically make sure that you're also not only being the only one in the circle that's edifying, that's inspiring and encouraging, that it's a mutual. Make sure that your relationships are mutual, because that way, if you want it to grow, right? So anything that has to grow, it has to water each other. Even in a marriage, you just can't say, oh, I married him or I marry her now, I don't got to do anything else. That's a lie. Everybody is a rose or a plant. You still got to water them on a daily basis, every day, just like how we die daily, to serve and to chisel out all the things that's within us. In marriage, is similarity of the same thing, because every day you got to do that. You got to give up something. If it's not for your kids, it's because, I love fish. My husband don't like fish. But guess what? I'm going to cook fish. So when I cook fish, we got to the point where, okay, honey, if I cook fish, he will eat everything. He will be like, you don't have to cook another thing. I just will eat everything else except the fish. And thank God for our understanding husband. Guys, by the way, we're going to be 23 years old, happily married on the 23rd of this month. So we're going to be talking about relationships and how it works, behind the scenes. But is it always perfect? No, it's not. You're going to have your days. Holiness or no holiness, you're going to have your days where you're not going to see eye to eye. You're going to have your days where it's going to be like, I don't see it like that. I don't see it this way either. And you're going to figure it out. You got to meet each other halfway. Okay? Life is not one-sided. It's both of you all as one. So you have to meet each other halfway. You got to meet in the middle, somewhere in the middle. And sometimes that middle can be so painful. But you know what? You got to do it for the better good, because you have your kids, especially if you have kids. Your kids are watching you. How you all maneuver your relationship. You're teaching them. They're not saying anything. You may think they don't hear, or you may think they're not seeing you. Be mindful how you carry your relationship and your disputes in your household, because those kids are watching you. And if you can't figure it out how to behave yourself in a classy manner, guess what? In a few matter of time, when that child get a certain age, they're going to start repeating what they saw when they were younger. So be very cautious. To all of my parents out there that have their kids, don't be acting a fool, because eventually the kids going to feel like it's normal when they get older. Correct great behaviors, so that way you can pass it along. Okay? Pass along the right behaviors so you don't raise selfish children. Alrighty? Make sure that they know the world don't evolve around them. There's others in the mix that also need a little attention, so that way they don't feel like you have to be catering to them all the time. Alrighty, guys. With that, I am done. I love you guys. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, or maybe not. Maybe Sunday, or maybe not. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to figure this thing out. Love y'all. Deuces. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And thanks for stopping by.